People.
Hello, everybody. It is
Hey
Thursday
now.
night, and we're finally doing this again. I'm excited. This is nobody wants to work anymore because that's a joke. Because of course, there's tons of people that want to work, but companies are not necessarily making it easy for people who are looking for jobs to find them and to apply and to connect with them, and it is a little frustrating at times.
You
To
can
say
make
the
the
least.
argument that they're just trying to make the process as hard as humanly fucking possible, actually.
Right. So, as you can see here, I'm Indie, and I got this guy, the Snow Himbo, my buddy, sitting next to me, and we're both job seeking. You're looking for customer success, and I'm looking in account executive as well as strategic business development. And it's just been a fucking grind, man, for sure. Primarily everyone's like, so what do you do and how do you like search and what are you doing? If you've been watching us the last couple of shows, we're primarily, I've been using this stillhiring.today, which I really love as a pivot table. I used it again today to find about 15 newly posted jobs that were in specific sales account executive roles and applied to them all today. And you've got to filter down, and it takes time. You've got to go through all that stuff,
And at least one of them are real, maybe.
At least, hopefully. But I mean, if I look at my list today, I mean, I got who do we have today? There was no. Okay, so this is the wrong tab. Where are all the ones I applied to? I don't know. I'm looking at Gmail at another screen. Anyway, so this week we were going to talk about a bunch of different things. We've been kind of gathering up some of the crazy applications, some of the lowballing that we've been experiencing, more of the funny things that we experience as we're applying for jobs. So on LinkedIn, it pops up, hey, here's LinkedIn Easy Apply. So the Easy Applies on LinkedIn. It's 3, 4, 5 clicks at most with your finger, and boom, they're getting your resume. I don't think I've ever been once called or contacted from any Easy Applied role, but it's easy to apply. Yeah, I would be a fit for that role. And we do it, right?
I think that's a bit of a trap, because here's my logic with that. This like, as far as like recruiters, this hinges completely entirely on like their backlog when it comes to like people. And whenever you have that easy apply shit, you're just inviting like a way bigger bucket of applicants, like right off the bat.
Yep.
Because they can just click a bunch of buttons, whatever, as opposed to like the gauntlet of, I'll click this and we'll go to the website and then I'll include my resume and do a cover letter. But wait, I have to sign up and register for their shit. And then I have to go and type in all my other stuff again. I feel like that time just like, it feels to me at least like a trap, because like when you have that easy apply shit going, it increases like the chances that you're going to be competing with way more people exponentially. Yep. And in addition to that, it's just like there's a greater likelihood you're just going to get passed over because there's so many more people in the keyword crawler madness that's happening now. God damn, I wish
you're at the bottom of a big pile.
Yeah, I miss the days when it was just like a human being like looking at papers. And to everybody who is of the younger generation, that's how we grew up. It was just a dude looking at a bunch of papers at his desk, and then he called one of them. Like, that's how it used to be.
Like resumes used to come over on the fax machine. There was a literal machine where people would go somewhere if they didn't have one that could send it out over a telephone line, and literally send this thing right to basically your printer, print it out, and they would hand put it in a folder. Hey, here's a list of, here's a group of people that that could fit this job. And then when they had 15 or 20 of them, they'd stop. Now LinkedIn, they'll get 500 and they won't even stop. So
they'll keep it up.
I thought this one was funny, but Motive, what tangible factors are most important to you when considering a job opportunity? Now, my question here is, which of these are not important at all? Or not?
I don't care about leadership, really.
Well,
you know, let's just have everybody doing whatever they want. I'm sure that's going to be great for the structure of the business.
Well, the better a company leadership is, the better they're going to take care of their employees, the better they're going to be plugged into the marketplace. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why good leadership is important for a company. On top of the fact that they're not going to mismanage the funds of the company. I worked for a company that had a bad leader. And what they did was they used the company as their own personal piggy bank to go have fun on the weekends and fly to Pittsburgh and go see football games, for example. And on an 8-person small business, like that was barely struggling. I mean, just crazy stuff. So leadership does matter. But my point is every single one of these things matters. So thanks.
Compensation, I love that. Who is out here being like, yeah, I don't really care how much I get paid. You know,
career stability. Who cares?
Whatever you think.
Yeah. See, culture too. It's really funny because I've been doing a whole project for somebody and with a friend on helping him with putting a culture thing together, and how important it is to put an accountability culture in place at a company. And I'm grilling him hard. I'm like, okay, from the perspective of sales, I hate all of this. I'll help you, but I hate all of this. He's like, yeah, but it helps you hold your management accountable. I'm like, yeah, but no, it's actually just going to be used to crack the whip on all the employees. And he's like, oh, but this is different. Okay. Yes, I love you. I love you. But all right. So this was a funny one. I don't know if I can. Yeah, here we go. One of the responses that I got from Rejection. So this week, to keep up the transparency, I applied for, I think it was 24 jobs, and I got no phone calls, requests for an interview or anything. So it sucks. So we keep plugging away. We did another 12 today. But this one was funny, at least acknowledging that we get it's a frustrating process. All right. And feeling as though you're submitting into the abyss. And yeah, literally telling us we got over 1,500 applicants last week. Stick with us. How in the hell are you possibly filtering through 1,574 applicants, folks?
Keyword crawlers. That's all.
1,574 applicants. So I think, at some point, maybe in a future episode, what I'm going to want to do is maybe go through one of these and help write the keywords, and let's back our way into the AI. This was another interesting one, and we keep seeing this a lot, which is, why do our mission and values resonate with you?
I fucking hate that so much, because it's literally just like, here, we know like your time is limited, but why don't you go waste your time by pulling up our website and doing a bunch of fucking homework and then regurgitating it on this. All of these are just like stopgaps to like waste people's time.
Write us an essay.
Write us an essay on like how amazing our company is. And I just want to be like, look, I don't give a shit. I'm going to spend 5 minutes straight on this and move on to another company. If you like my resume, go call me. If not, toodaloo. I'm so done with this.
It is really frustrating. So it's stuff like this. Like, why do I want to join? what they're looking for are rah-rah enthusiastic people that like know who they are and want to do that and give the opportunity to do that. And that's why it's not a required field, but it's, I don't know. We're probably going a little hard on it, but at the same time, it's when you're going through and you're going through a volume of applying and you've been doing this for a little while, it feels like insulting.
Well, like I mentioned, it's Callus, right? You're looking at this and you're like, someone made this and they have absolutely no fucking regard for other people's time. They don't have the ability to put themselves in like the applicant's shoes and think like, oh, they're probably applying to a bunch of different things. They're probably going to resent us right off the bat if they end up taking like 20 minutes just on our stupid application.
Right.
Right off the bat, that would put, a bad taste in my mouth where I'm like, okay, there's a really good chance you're just never going to respond. I'm never going to hear about this again. So why don't we make this as quick and painless as possible? Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. See, now I wasn't able to see this inbox. It was screwing with me. But today, like, companies like Aspire and Tropic, Litmos and Smart Car and Thanks, like all these things are on this list here, which today I think has 1,200 companies that are hiring they're tech companies hiring for some role, finance, engineering, product, sales, and these are real roles. A lot of them remote, and you can then filter down. So we've been doing that, right? And that's how we got to finally. Now I can see that it's just how many rejection letters, even like how many people aren't even bothering to send them anymore. Now it's just like, well, if you don't hear from us, well, you know what happened. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, like I honestly almost prefer that. I think we got to ditch this whole like we have to give you closure that it's definitely a no. I think we should go back to just like, you apply to something, you never hear back. Oh well, like human beings don't have object permanence to the degree that they can keep track of all these jobs. So it's like a lot of the time, like I heard, I don't know about you, man, but I've gotten rejection letters before where it's just like, oh fuck, I totally forgot I applied to this. Now I feel like crap. Good. Like just don't respond. That's what
I've had to look it up. Oh no, I never respond to those, but I have to literally like look it up on my and basically I'm just crossing it off my list. Like, okay, that's another one. And that's pretty much where we're at this point. I mean, so far in the month of August, we're 7 days in. I've got 19 applications out there already. And it's like, what do you do? Are these people really hiring? And it's funny, you see once in a while, one of the people that you're connected to, they'll get a new role, a new gig over there on LinkedIn. You're like, hey, that's awesome. I'm really happy for you. It's, I wish, how did we not see that role? And that's another crazy thing that's happening is between this and here, how are we not seeing these roles? And then it's like, well, we posted it on our company website. It's like, how would I know to look at that website? In a million years.
I think one of the worst I had on LinkedIn was I was a finalist for this like job and they're like, we'll get back to you, we promise. And then I ended up seeing someone be like, starting a new position as a customer success manager at this company. So they had delayed, like obviously noping me to the point where I had to see like, oh, this person was picked over me. Cool. Thank you. Could you have maybe told me it was a no before I had to see that on LinkedIn? It's a fucking mess. Jesus Christ.
It's heartbreaking. So you can see here, like, so MasterCard is hiring for sales, but I'm an AE, but they're looking for SDR, BDR, and a sales leader. So that might be something interesting worth taking a look at. But I usually just filter down and say, show me like the sales roles that are like, I usually go remote first, say yes. So we can start looking at some of these. But I kind of flushed through some of these today. I don't know if you want to take a look at some of these for you in Canada and see what we've got, what comes up, and see how that works.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
We could screw around with that. All right, so let's get to sales, marketing, and CS, right? And so we're looking at where CS, are you growth marketing, brand? No, that's not really where.
Oh, I'm not seeing your screen, my dude.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good. I've done that in more training sessions than I can count.
All right, here, let's blow her up. All right, so right now I've got it filtered by remote, and then we're gonna do country, and then contains CA. Is it no, it's just CA. Okay. And then we're gonna add
I'm surprised it's not WEF by now.
Right? Open roles, so we'll just do customer success.
Yep.
Right? And then we'll do which one here? You said, is it more sales marketing type of stuff, or screw it. We'll just take a look at what we see here. And how many customer success roles are there? Only 32. So there aren't that many in Canada.
No.
So
it's highly sought after, but they're getting scooped up pretty quick.
Look at that. So we've got CGI, motherfucker. CGI. Lie to me, Jerry. That was a Chris Rock reference. So
yeah, I love that. I love that special. It's one of my favorites.
I don't know if you know what CGI is. They have 67, almost 68,000 employees. That's a pretty big company.
Yeah, I know CGI.
And then they go out to, and then we go down from there. But so we would then start clicking, and you can click right there on this open button, and you can see for every company that's hiring for, you can see that basically it's hitting this criteria right here. If they're matching this little blue thing in this whole pivot table, boom, then they're going to show up if they match also Canada for the country and they're remote. So this helps narrow it down really quickly. And there's 32 jobs to look at and see if you qualify for, and it works. Now, sometimes it's like engineering, or they want somebody like German speaking, for example, but this is in Berlin. Here's Toronto. Hospitality. I don't know if that's your vertical. So sometimes like that, it's like, okay.
I mean, I've always had a soft spot for hospitality. My first gig when I landed in Toronto was bartending. So I've always
there you go. Salesforce,
I don't know,
SaaS.
I'm not gonna lie, that was a good life back before the economy, shit the bed 4 times in a row.
So Lightspeed, listed on Toronto Stock Exchange. That's who this company is. Looks like you've got that, but it looks like it might be junior because it's only looking for 2 years of sales experience, 2 years of experience. But one-on-one screen sharing presentations and demos, I know you could do that, and work with SDRs to coordinate appointments and optimal scheduling, tracking through Salesforce. This seems like a pretty decent role. I can wing over to you there.
Dude, I would. I'm gonna say in the cover letter, I am a massive Salesforce slut. Verbatim, I'm gonna say that, and they can figure out what they want to do with that. I've reached the point of job searching where I just don't give a fuck. And the crazy thing is, I don't know if you have the same experience. Once you reach I don't give a fuck, your chances of getting a job actually increase exponentially. Because in my mind, every single time I've reached the point of all right, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to say whatever I want. I don't care. I end up getting a job. Like, that's always how it's happened, where I'm just like,
the filter
you know
comes
what?
off.
Fuck it. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care. And I think that kind of gets through maybe to like, I think maybe that gets through to like recruiters where like you kind of just stand out, where it's like, oh wow, a real human being who's not being stuffy and robotic. They're kind of cool and their experience is great. I don't know what it is, but every single time I reach the point where I'm just like, fuck it, who cares? Yeah, I fucked this thing up the other day and I was dumb for it, and LOL raffle or whatever the kids are saying. God damn.
Yeah, we're old. We're boomers.
Yeah, every single time that I enter that mode, I get like a bunch of people like, I want to meet you. This is cool. And then they get me on camera and like there's a click and then all of a sudden it's an offer and it's like, well, fuck, why didn't I just do that from the beginning? Why didn't I just stop giving a fuck this whole time? Why did I have to present myself as like every other worker bot out there?
Right? It's
because I don't think people actually want that. Because at the end of the day, I think what we all need to remember from time to time is that, like, you know, these are people behind all this. There are people who are self-censoring in the workplace, and they're not allowed to be as weird and fucked up and broken as we all are. And you know, when I think there's a certain dynamic where when they see someone who doesn't self-censor and they see someone who like does kind of just say whatever they want, there's like a catharsis there. That what is okay. I just prevented myself from scrolling. That was really good. ADHD management, y'all.
nice.
But I think there's
you.
a certain like I feel like there's a certain catharsis when like they get that one applicant who just like talks like a real human being, where they're just like, oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
and I think
want to talk to at least
role,
like I want to be entertained by that guy, if anything. Like, and all you really need is that, like, to get the foot in the door and to have that first conversation. And that's what we're like having. That's what I'm having, honestly, a real hard time getting for whatever reason, that foot in the door. 20 years experience accomplished, and it's just you got a flooded marketplace right now, and you got a ton of people that are there aren't that many roles out there that, for whatever reason, I just think there's a lot of people that are working cheaper. And I think that's probably the thing, is that I'm looking for the kind of money that it takes a while to find for that, even though it's out there and they're hiring for that role. That's what's so damn frustrating. Like, you can see it. So let's see. What's CGI, motherfucker? What do we have at CGI? And literally, you have to just do like a keyword. So you can do like success, right? And then we do Toronto, something like that. And how we doing? Is there anything that shows up? It's checking. All right.
I'm sorry. I'm so done with the whole accept all cookie shit. I'm so over this. Just throw it away.
Oh.
Every website I go to, it's like, hey, do you want yeah, we don't care.
Didn't they have to already? I thought that's like starting to go away. The tracking pixels and the cookies and all that stuff are starting to disappear.
I really hope so, because I'm so over it. And I'm 90% sure like this is all just for like, it's probably just for like GDPR or fuck, what's the one in California? CCPA. I remember the GDPR one huge, because over in Europe they don't fuck around. Let me see.
Cloud and BD, cloud delivery and business development.
You know what I like about these jobs though?
Mm-hmm.
Like on this CGI site, they leave little hints on like the job. So like if it's Canadian but it's an English job, they'll put it in English. But if it's Canadian and you have to speak French, which I don't, because fuck that, they'll put the job thing in French, and then you're kind of just deterred right off the bat because you're like, oh, this isn't a language I don't speak. I should
Yep.
apply to the roles in. Oh my god, yeah, even.
Wow. They're pretty specific about what their needs are, so that's cool. But you've got to really, kind of have that level of skill and be known as a Salesforce architect or a sales, have go on a specific track instead of just like, hey, I can plug into a bunch of different things, but I don't have the certifications. Just show me what you need. I can get that done.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's kind of, we can figure that out. 1Password. They had one of those.
There's just an ocean of India roles too. And the sad thing is, I know why that is after working in upper management. And it's just like, oh, you fuckers, just pay people a living wage. Yeah. Stop going over to countries where it's for some crazy reason okay to pay them like $5 an hour. Because that's why there's like this surge of jobs in countries like India. It's because they can get away with paying them like $5 an hour. And it's just like min-maxing labor exploitation. Like even on this site, there's a string of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 software developer roles. And they're looking specifically for India. And that's because they can get the labor of a programmer who they would normally need to pay like pretty decently for pennies on the dollar. So
yeah, outsourcing. That's a whole other thing that we can do. Director of Enterprise Account Management, US or Canada, in customer success. How interesting.
Oh, hey, I think my sister works for that company.
Really?
Yeah.
We had this at the last company that I was at. It was, it's like a password, a single password login thing that's pretty easy. You put it on your phone and your computer, and then they own your life, just what you want. And then you leave your job and they still have access to all your shit. How about that?
Yeah. I do like the concept though, because honestly, like, it was fine back in the day when your password was just like, and I know you remember this, and I know a lot of people watching probably remember this too, when your password could just be like Brad123.
Password 1.
Yeah, just like you could just type like 1, 2, 3. It's fine, whatever. Nobody's gonna shit on you. Now it's like you need special characters, and your password needs to be like Oxtail Cocksmith 286 12 asterisks in a row, and that's your password nowadays. And you have to have different passwords now, and you got to change them like every 3 months. And it's gotten to the point where it's like, okay, the whole password thing is becoming unmanageable, because now I have to have, I don't know if you guys use Ditto, but I fucking swear by this. It's like a copy paste management thing. And I've got a bunch of my different passwords just stickied on it, just because it's literally like, okay, I cannot remember all of these like insane. And I've gotten to the point with my work password, it's insane. So I created a super long, like insane password. And then I've just been copying that and pasting it like repeatedly. So it's like that password times 5 at this point. It's just that pasted 5 times. And
oh my God.
In my weird neurodivergent head, that makes sense.
How many characters is that? Like 700 characters, that password?
Let me count.
Isn't there a limit?
5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 40 exclamation points in total.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good on you, man. Yeah, I use Discord actually for kind of copy pasta. I have a private Discord server that just I have access to. And since it's on my phone and on my desktop and on my laptop, it's just a good way to kind of transfer stuff back and forth between everywhere. What was the one? I sent you this earlier. This This just glowed at me. Like, recorded future. Why? Okay, so I'm sure they're a wonderful company, except they are futurists. Oh my goodness. All right, they represent over 40 nationalities. High standards. Right, they practice inclusion and act ethically. So we're definitely the wokey pokey folks, and 4.8 star from Gartner, and 8 of the top 10 Fortune 100s are clients. So they serve big companies. And they have an intelligence cloud. Oh God, what the hell? Oh, this is frightening. So the role here is developing an assigned territory, and you're selling this product, right? What is it? Why should you join it? It's not even saying what it is. Like, you have to look up like what we are as a company, but like usually they give you like some kind of a summary of like, hey, here's what this company does. So the first thing I notice is, look at this privacy notice. When you apply for a job here, the personal data contained in your application will be collected and processed for the purposes of EEA protection law. And here's the info, right? So here, we're trying to be on the up and up. But here's what we may collect from you. Holy shit. And they want you to acknowledge this with a checkbox. Your name and contact info, your country of residence, your date of birth, I guess. Why is it automatically checking this damn thing? Okay. Your bank account information or other related financial what?
Okay, now we're going into Nigerian prince territory, ladies and gentlemen.
Excuse me? Your driver's license and related information. Related information. What's related to your driver's license? Is that your driving record? Is that a background check that they're talking about?
Fuck, everybody's going to know that I ran over a turtle in 81.
Right? But we may process special categories of information relating to you. But can you say glowing?
Yeah, that's super sus. Sometimes I wonder if some of these are just like excuses to get the data. I always wonder about that. Is it like, are you doing some shady shit on the background where you just want a bunch of data and you don't even have a position open? Because at this point, the number of fake positions out there, like I've lost count. It's quite depressing.
Dark web monitoring. Glowy. Yep. Glowy glow. Expand your visibility of the dark web. Where all our friends hang out. Intel reports. So what do? They sell an intelligence cloud platform that I'm sure does a lot of like normal stuff for businesses. Now, what they call this is threat intelligence or third-party intelligence. So what they will probably offer to these Fortune 500s is competitive brand intelligence because they have all the data. But they also have this. SecOps intelligence, security operations. They have brand intelligence, of course, vulnerability intelligence. So they're looking at where can you be potentially hacked. But this is where I think they're probably doing a lot of what are our competitors doing? And they're doing a lot of research there, and that's like their front. And like that's how that's how they say, we work with all the Fortune 500s, right? Because they're doing this. But here's a whole threat vectors is crazy. State-sponsored attacks. Hello?
Welcome to the company. You'll be reporting to Chris Richards. Basically.
Holy shit. What did we stumble upon here, dude? Like, wow. So I just wanted to kind of dig into this a little bit because I thought that was kind of interesting. The
Yeah,
intelligence
there's
cloud. So to protect your organization, what organization is that? Is that the federal government? I hope not. But it seems an awful lot like a government type of website that, or people who worked for the federal government maybe, that are now privatized, setting up similar operation maybe. Wow.
well, best case scenario, they're doing Fed work, whether they like it or not.
The Intel Cloud, folks. Look at this. Recorded future. They're out of Boston, but they also have offices in 40 cities. How about that? So let's hear about theirs. Oh, the Intelligence Fund.
Is that like the human fund?
Dedicating $20 million to invest in organizations who share their vision for a world secured by intelligence. It's a dedicated pool to be funded and directed by them. So it's a laundering machine to dump money into other small shell companies. And here are some of the ones that they've already done. Wow.
No.
Reality Defender.
And deepfakes today. Oh boy.
Come on.
I know what this is going to be. I'm sorry for being cynical, y'all, but
Wow.
I know exactly what this is going to be. There's going to be a push. I think, this is my analysis. I think there's going to be a massive gaslighting push wherein you're going to start seeing, you know how now like all the like capitalist apparatus are they're calling everything like Russian propaganda, or it's far right conspiracies, whatever, right? I feel like there's going to be a point where they're going to start calling everything a deep fake. So if there's like a video of a politician that's unfavorable, they're going to be like, that's a deep fake. Or if there's like something that doesn't make one donor or another donor look that great, they're going to call it a deep fake. And it feels like a lot of these companies are going to have these like deep fake like activism things going on, whereas in reality it's just like you're hiring someone to do your gaslighting for you. This has like fact checker energy, kind of, where it's like, oh, we're the moral arbiters of what's a deep fake or not. Well, not moral arbiters, but arbiters, deep fake
scientists.
arbiters,
Look, it's science led, and we're providing best in class deepfake detection. Says, don't know who, but I'm not giving you that. Scientist made, so of course, because the government approved it, it must be good. Developed by machine learning and computer. This sounds like a bunch of DHS, DOD, right. NATO Strategic Command Communication Center of Excellence. How about that?
There's a bunch of dogs yelling at me on Twitter.
They hide in plain sight. Oh, yeah. There they are. Hi, guys. What's up, Fred?
Yeah, exactly.
That's our watcher. That's Fred. South by Southwest, Y Combinator, that's got all the right logos, that says that they are outstanding and that they should totally... Here's where Reality Defender works with the government for... Oh, I just saw a facial recognition thing.
Oh, no. This is just getting way too obvious, my dudes. At least cover it up a bit.
Wait, I want to see... Careers! Yeah, let's go work for these guys. How much? Yeah. What do you want to bet they're based in Washington, D.C.? No, they have one in New York City. Sure. That's not far from
Come see your
DC.
come see our home office in Langley.
More than a company. That's correct. Community is key. Look, this is total speculation. We're just joking around. We don't know anything about it, but this is glowing. This is glowing. Yeah. This is like The Firm. I feel like Tom Cruise and The Firm. Like, they're going to recruit you real hard. You're going to want to go work there. And then you're going to find out that they are literally doing like the worst shit on the planet and completely narrative managing. And they are the reason for the Twitter files.
Yeah. I will say, though, I am starting to notice an oddly high number of companies directly working with the government. Not like there's a word for that or anything, but I am noticing it more and more.
Whores? Is that the word? But yes. Well, look, the government's throwing a whole lot of money out for especially media people that are willing to toe the line and put out the narratives that they want. I mean, last year, I think that I saw there was some kind of $500 million initiative that they put out for local media to be spread throughout the country, which is a decent number if you can get your hands on some. Senior strategy and sales for Reality Defender. What do they want you to do in senior strategy and sales? Who do they want you to sell to?
Oh, wait. Are you going to share your screen again? Because it turned out.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
There you go. All right. So I was showing the Reality Defender website to build what's next, and that they're based in New York. All right. And here's some old dudes. Wow. They don't glow at all. Right down to the beanie.
God. How do you do, fellow workers?
We're more than a company. We are the company. That's right. We are not a company. We are the company.
More than a company always sounds like we're a front for some really like evil bullshit.
Oh man, this website is yikes.
Like we're communing with Baphomet in our free time, sort of shit.
Stop misinformation. So like this is literally Twitter file shit. Like, we're gonna profile you and determine whether this is real and exists or doesn't, and where does it exist, and cross-reference it around the clock.
Bro, that social credit score, like I keep telling people this, that's gonna creep up on this. Before you know it, that's gonna be there. Like, we're so close to it.
Bro, you got to sign up for your free doc on how Reality Defender helped NATO Stratcom detect Russian misinformation.
TLDR, they helped us like identify holes in our propaganda narrative matrix. That's all that is. That's all it's ever been.
Look at what's on my screen right now.
Defending democracy. Bro, I'm sorry. The fact that people think that any country in the West actually lives in a democracy is still like a concept so comedic it's tragic.
Misinformation and propaganda. Oh my god. From bad actors and state-sponsored attackers only exists to disinform, disengage, and destroy trust. Reality Defender's deep fake detection platform helps government agencies from around the world stop dangerous content in its tracks. How? With clients including NATO, the DoD, DHS, Reality Defender is the most trusted deep fake and AI detector. Oh my god. Bro, we hit the mother load.
Holy shit.
Wow.
I'm so This is so bad. I'm surprised RFK Jr. isn't talking about them.
Oh my god. Yow. All right, let's put that in chat. We'll have to drop that into the description for this episode, where we're going to spend a little bit of time poking fun at Reality Defender, and that they actually do have a role open for a senior strategy and sales person on site in New York City. You'll be responsible for developing and executing the company's sales strategies. I don't know what part of this is even creepier than the Recorded Future one. Reality Defender is,
Bro, I would be legitimately too afraid to apply.
is
Like,
literally but they're a wholly owned subsidiary, it seems, of Recorded Future, that said that they were already investing and they were seed planting in these other companies. This is where they're creating. Wow. Okay. I'm punching out. I'm done.
We penetrate the cow.
I'm scared.
Yeah, don't apply to that shit.
I'm a little afraid. No.
Your chances of getting shot in the head will go up exponentially if you apply to a company like that.
I'm afraid they already know who I am just by visiting the website. They don't need my application.
You're gonna get a phone call tomorrow where it's like, "Hey, man, we're just wondering why you didn't apply to that site yesterday."
Right? All right.
Like,
So
who is this? Doesn't matter.
Right? Stack Adapt, Clio. See, I like to play in like this range, the 500 to 1,000 employee range. That seems to be like a good number of people that I gel with.
What's the customer support? What are they looking for up there? Customer support analyst. Okay. So is that just like an agent, and they're phrasing it as like it's not an agent? Or do they need like actual analytical?
Document and update all support cases with CS software applications, assign technical problems that can't be resolved. So it's a second level.
Okay, so it's like an SA, like a senior agent. I love how they phrase it in these weird like analyst things. It's like, okay, at the end of the day, you're doing fucking tickets, bro. Like, that's it. Let me see.
They want Windows, IIS, SQL, Salesforce, ActiveX, and web services. Okay,
well,
sure.
That's doable. What are they off? They're probably offering like 25 an hour.
Yeah. Well, here you
it's
can
almost
grab that
it's
one.
almost always.
I just throw it in. You never know. But what's it pay is always the question. All offices. So they've got Canada and manager of web growth. That's interesting.
The problem is that like and this is kind of something I wanted to talk about before we wrap it for the night, but
Yep.
The biggest issue I think I have right now is there is like this massive disconnect between what's actually competitive salary and what they're saying is competitive salary, and all of the like ocean of jobs that don't even post it. Holy fuck. I had a couple doozies this week. One of them being a CSM role with a background in psychology that was paying 12 to 15 an hour. And then I pushed back, and I have an update. I told you about this. I have an update. I literally pushed back, and it was like, hey, so 12 to 15 an hour not only isn't actually like legal in this province, but it's grossly under what that role entails. And they come back and they're like, oh yeah, you're right. So we reviewed it internally, which whatever. And they're like, we're thinking, more along the lines of 4,000 a month. And it's like, first off, the first red flag for me is like, why did you change the measurements here? First, it's an hour. Now it's monthly. And it's like, secondly, so you were thinking 12 to 15 an hour, which again is insane. And you are going to go to jail for this crap. But more so, like,
it's 25 an hour. Basically, it's 25 an hour for a 40-hour week.
You can just double the wage like that, and that's just a quick discussion. And it's like, yes, let's double the wage. Like right off the bat, I'm like, okay, I don't trust you guys to like have a handle on your business if you can just kind of more than double the wage. Just because one person pushed back and said that wage is ridiculous, which it is. And then, yeah, that other one that I sent you where they were basically.
Yeah, I'm going to bring that up right here. Here we go. So.
Oh my God.
Hilarious. I totally a bot, maybe a fisher, maybe an identity thief, but it's, he says this, we're sending each other stuff throughout the week as we're preparing for the show. And these are just hilarious. You've done an impressive job. I'm really impressed. Well, Brad, glad to hear it. What are the next? Okay, I believe I can ensure your full commitment and trust. What? And yeah. I love your most certainly. Is this a contract for this? Most certainly.
I'm just like, yeah, whatever you need, I'm just going to pivot to the thing that I need you to reply to.
Right. So then they want a full name, and that'll be in your offer letter, including your valid email address. Great. Thank you so much. Here's that. Great. Okay. Provide me with your resume. All right. Here it is. So if you have an opportunity, can you start working today? Well, I need to review the offer, right? So we'll go through your resume. But okay. I will.
Like, I'm communicating the emojis in the most like sarcastic, like bitter way possible.
I believe you receive an offer letter. Okay, I'd be glad to accept. Let me know when you send the contract over. You'll only be getting the offer letter to get started. Okay. Where was the offer? There was no offer letter, right? Obviously.
There was an offer letter. There was nothing on the offer letter.
Come on.
It was a template.
Come on. There was no dollar amounts. There was no role. There was nothing.
No, there's a dollar amount, but what the insane thing to me is that they expected like me to just work without any kind of legal binding agreement whatsoever. So if I just do shit for them and there's no like actual contractual bonding, then I can just do a bunch of work and they can just fuck off and never pay me.
Right.
And because I was a dumbass and just trusted someone on the internet, which you should never do, people. That's just that would have been fine. And so I pushed back eventually on this and said, yeah, I'm gonna need a contract before doing any work because I need to make sure things are legally binding. I want to adhere to the laws of my province, obviously. And they ghosted at that point.
What a surprise.
The interesting thing about that posting on Facebook was that the person posting it had specifically turned off comments.
So this was a post for a job in a Facebook group originally. And that's like a whole other thing we can get into at another time is Facebook groups and how ridiculous, like,
oh my God.
The Amazon warehouse worker for $32 an hour, but we need you to work the night shift. No, don't do that. don't go to the marketplace to the local groups and don't do the air duct cleaning people. That's a whole scam. Like there's a whole subset of craziness, and employment scams are a big one because people are desperate and looking for work. So they say that they've got like, you know, this good warehouse work, and they like that turn off comments. So it's like they're trying to funnel you to one specific place and basically rob you in some way, shape, or form. You know,
as the to drop a little bit of analysis here for a second, as these contradictions of the capitalist system worsen and worsen, you're going to see more of this, because you're going to see a more pronounced like attempt to exploit, like
desperate
get free labor
people
or get cheap labor. Yeah, just get labor as much as humanly possible, because here's the thing. Yes, you know, the wages are dog shit. Everybody's paying people less and less, et cetera, et cetera. But this is the biggest contradiction of capitalism. You're also giving your entire customer base less purchasing power. And that's where we're seeing a lot of this more pop up more frequently. It's because, well, we need to kind of min-max this now, because our customer base now has way less money to actually purchase our goods and services. So we need to get our free labor where we can. And companies like this, I had one a couple months ago where it's like, where they were basically like, yeah, this is great, it pays good, blah, blah, blah. We just need you to go through this like month probation period first. And I'm like, okay, well, cool. Usually it's 3 months for most companies. I'm going to get paid for that month, right? And they're like, well, no, that is unpaid. You will be reimbursed if you pass a probation period. And I'm like, okay, so basically you just want a month. You just want a month of free work, and then you're going to fuck off. That's all this is. Like be real. That's your whole shtick.
A month-long test of
a month-long test of like no income, no nothing. You're just giving hours of work into them, and they're off the hook, and then they can basically just say like, nope, sorry, didn't work out. Anyway, take care, and they don't got to pay for it. So,
well, and it's funny because in sales, like, you know, especially they want to know what's your 30, 60, 90, what's your ramp up plan when you get there. And that's kind of like the same thing. Like, I'm going to research your entire sector and know exactly how and who I'm going to target, hand you this things for you to hand it to the guy that you eventually end up hiring. Yeah, no, sorry. I'll give you a generic kind of laid out, but this is insane. Look at this, $15 an hour. Now this is data entry, personal assistant, but customer service. We train, no experience needs data. You know, this is nonsense. Facebook. Was this real?
Honestly, yeah. At one point I did ask for them to send me a company website or like any, I just wanted like evidence that the company existed and it wasn't just some like bot trying to fuck me up. And there was a website. It was bad, but there was a website, but it makes you wonder like, okay, well, why don't they just, there's nothing stopping someone from just setting up like a subpar website to establish like credibility, right? So everyone's like, oh yeah, this is a real company, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, it's a company that's legitimately trying to get people to work with no contract, which, I mean, if you have no contract, you're kind of fucked if they run, right?
At entry level too. At entry level for peanuts. I mean, $600 15, like you can't do anything on $600 a week today. That's before taxes. That's before anything. Like, that's not just cash under the table. Like, that's a legitimate like pay taxes, and so you'll end up with 350 at the end of the 350 400 at the end of the week, and good luck paying for your whole life on 350 400 a week without getting another job. Now that's full time. Notice that it's not even hour, full time, part time, 600 a week. So you could do it part time and still earn 600 a week. But what if you're doing it full time? Huh? Something's.
Well, I guess the part timers would probably be winning out there. You should pick part time.
I'll take the part time role. Thanks.
By the way, a caveat to this that I just realized that you just made me think of. It's not full time, part time. They specifically said 3 to 5 hours a day. So I don't know
what makes that full time.
Part time. I mean, if you're going to pay me full time for part time work, great. I'll get another job.
So you don't have to worry about benefits, right? Or you still it can come with dental or other stuff like healthcare stuff.
We'll never know because there's no contract.
Well, not in this case, but I just meant in general. I'm thinking like for Canada, the difference between us. This one, holy shit. So there's a bit of it, like, to people who don't live in Canada, our healthcare is a lot more niche. We still do have to pay for a shitload of medical stuff, supplies, medications, etc. Dental isn't covered, which sucks. If I just got benefits now, which is why I'm finally getting around to fixing my shitty teeth. For years I didn't have them, so I couldn't fix my shitty teeth. But the thing is, like, dental isn't covered. Most eye shit isn't covered either. I don't get why, because, like, why aren't our tax dollars going to dental care? I have a little tiny mini story of this. For anybody who was a fan of the show Angel, it was a spin-off of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Dating myself, but whatever, fuck it. There was an actor, Andy Howlett, who played Lorne, who was this really cool character who was like this big green demon guy, and he could tell if someone was like being sincere if they sang. Really cool. That dude left a tooth infection too long, and he died from it. Get out.
No, the tooth infection fucked up his heart. And that's what a lot of people don't realize about dental shit. If your dental stuff gets too bad, it can legitimately fuck your heart up. You can actually have like heart failure as an end result of that. So the fact that it isn't covered under healthcare for any country really is fucking insane. Because
teeth and feet, man. Healthcare. When you have a pain in your tooth or in your foot, it changes your world, and you can't do anything but, in some cases. Like, those to me are like, I've always taken extra special care because I've gone through it. And it's like when your tooth hurts, it screws up everything else that you do. You can't think about anything else sometimes when that's the case. And same thing with if you got a fucked up toe, so you can't, feet and teeth, like, super important. Everyone, that's Indie's little lesson for tonight for everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So let me go back to this one. Here's another one. This is the role that was literally written for this guy right here.
Yeah. Holy fuck, man.
Don't use ChatGPT. We will immediately disqualify you, which we love.
First off, how do you know? Like, are you expecting people to be like, hello, I am applying to this job. I am using ChatGPT. Like, what?
Holy shit.
What does this mean?
Oh my God. So it's don't use ChatGPT. We look forward to seeing your motivational letter, which needs to be included. Not a cover letter, but a motivational letter. And a link to your recorded video, which is also part of the application. They want a whole bunch of stuff. 8-hour shift, Monday through Friday, weekends as needed. Thanks. I'm not crazy about that, but flexible schedule. All right. Work from home. We love that. 40 hours per week. Decent. All right. Tailor made for this guy because it's psychology and life coach background. Womp womp. What the fuck is that? Like, guy.
This is specifically there. It's a bit worse when you really look into the details, because like $12 an hour is not even like, you're breaking the fucking law. This was specifically posted in Ontario, my province in Canada. You can't work for $12 an hour anywhere. That's not minimum wage. So right off the bat, your range, his whole range actually, is lower than minimum range.
But that they immediately doubled it to $25 an hour, which was which was $1,000 a week or $4,000 a month, and just gave you a monthly rate to work from home. But that's still like, it's a 40-hour week position, but it's a salaried position effectively at that point at $1,000 a week, even though that's not enough to really qualify it to be a salaried position. I could easily see them demanding that you work weekends for that $1,000 a week on top of the 5-day a week, 40-hour that you're, wow. Write a motivational letter addressing the following questions that they're giving you a scenario. How would you encourage a client to revise a poorly drafted letter to his wife? Okay, well, these are psychology and life coaches, so interesting questions.
I answered those, and they were obviously pretty impressed, but it's like, you know, of course you're pretty impressed, because like the people who, and this is my dumbass, I missed that. I missed the range when I applied for it, because I assumed, okay, CSM with psychology background, that's got to be at least $60K minimum, like at the lowball. I didn't expect it. That's why I asked them if it was a typo, because I was like, that has to be a typo. There's no way you're asking me to work like below minimum wage and have a psychology degree on top of the CSM. Like, no, get the fuck out of here. That's not a thing. And it was a thing. And then they're like, we reviewed it internally, and it turns out that we have no idea what we're doing, and we're going to double the role. And even still, by the way, for everybody, the bare entry minimum for a CSM role is $50K a year. That's $50K a year, you know, American.
Entry with no experience.
Yeah, like as in like you're green as hell. That's the minimum. Even with them doubling it, that still comes out to like, I think 48K a year. So it's still lower than most people look at. So of course they were impressed, because they were like, oh wow, well,
I'm sorry, man. This is the company.
No, I gotta see it.
Yeah, you gotta see it.
Marriage.
We've helped hundreds of husbands turn around their marriage, even when their marriage was on the brink of divorce or the divorce had already been filed.
Have you tried going to therapy? You're a successful man. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Programs.
The website's amazing. Wait, what? What? Quit porn bastard?
Oh. What?
God.
What? The HCT method, the habit construction therapy.
Wait, are they repurposing ACT? What is this?
Oh my God, look at that. They use the fucking dials.
Oh no.
They use the dials on the website. Bro, I'm dying. I'm dying right now. I'm so glad to tell people, but
Dopamine. Okay, hold on. What is dopamine? Oh, okay. That's the
that's
quantum
this.
mastery. So
Wow.
this is the biggest misunderstanding about psychology ever. Dopamine discipline. Okay, if you're addicted to porn or anything else that produces dopamine, you probably have ADHD, first of all, because ADHD in and of itself is a like dopamine deficiency thing. Marriage mastery. What is marriage mastery?
I'm looking at it now. We help men save their marriage despite relationship challenge, infidelity, or divorce. Who
Dude,
wants to
this is
be?
fucking. This is incel shit. Oh my god. Okay, direct quote from this fucking site. Most men turn to logical solution strategies to fix an emotional problem. Doing chores, taking her on dates, coming home early from work, trying to talk about the problems, seeing a counselor. Most of these marriage fix solutions are often counterproductive because most wives consider these, in caps, manipulation. No, you fucking idiot. That's how you figure your shit out.
There you
Trying to
go.
talk about the problems is bad. Who's going to be like, oh no, you're manipulating me because you want to hear why I'm upset and figure out a way to fix it?
Well, therapists are often caught playing referee between spouses who are subconsciously trying to appease the counselor. This is their rationale for that.
Okay, so an important caveat. That only happens in a scenario when one of those people is disordered and needs specific individual counseling.
Validation from a third party that they're not the crazy one, I guess. But if your wife doesn't work on it, traditional therapy has almost no chance of saving it. Why? Because she's checked out. There's nothing a therapist can do. Because
Is
you
this
need to.
apologia for narcissistic abuse? Is this for like
I think so. Dude, look at this. Expert team of coaches. Licensed.
It's literally, you know what this is? It's going to be like, all right, King, here's how you gaslight your lady into not packing up and leaving.
Coach Rock. It's Rock. The Rock. The Rock says, know your damn role and shut your mouth. Oh, you can't say that in marriage counseling.
Well, you probably can according to their shit. By the way, none of their links work. I don't know what's going on.
Come on.
Oh, no. Click their Facebook. Josh.
Wait, their Facebook doesn't work?
No, their Instagram doesn't work. Their Facebook. I have no words for this. What the fuck is going on here?
No post since 2021. So that's red flag. Okay, so you're not on Facebook. Your Instagram link is broken. It's the Josh's personal shit. They do have a YouTube for this whole marriage.
One of the hardest battles you will ever fight,
bro. Wow. This is sad because we don't get this many views on our shit. Do these and regain her heart. 9 months ago. See, that's so funny. This guy's just sitting back and collecting bank off of the shit too. That's the funny thing. He's already got 8,200 followers. All right, good on him, man. This is
literally just like women are evil. Every single video is just women are evil.
And now he's paying $15. Now he's paying $12 an hour. Nice, upstanding guys. Dude, look at how angry. Look at how angry these guys look.
Dude, they look like. Tell me that doesn't look like a classic like Republican offspring.
Dun dun dun. Yeah.
That's like a bunch of poor, abused Republicans.
All right, so let's see. Is this one working? So that's his Instagram. Nope, not like you said. His Insta's broken. I'm afraid. Be afraid. No LinkedIn page for a legitimate, respectable company. Are they on TikTok? Yes, he is. Follow me on TikTok.
Is it just one guy? I don't think this is a company. I think it's just this one dude. It's just the dude. Bro, how are you this down bad? The man she hates. Nice guy habits that are making her leave. Oh my god. Why is there such a market for people who refuse to just go to get fucking therapy? I will never understand it. It's like, bro, you guys are disordered. Like, just go work your shit out, and then you'll be happy.
Wow. Look at the cop mustache. Why is this not playing?
Contact.
It's not playing. For some reason. Nice guy approach doesn't.
Guy approach.
So be an asshole.
I mean, here's the thing. I feel like if you're like, here's always been my take on like nice guys or whatever. I think, and I'll say I completely think this about my wife. I think the majority of women have like way better instinct when it comes to men. Like my buddy Chris said this, but like, you know, that motherfucker isn't real girl on the plane, that like memeing thing that we already saw.
That
he was
motherfucker is not real, bro. That's just,
my buddy Chris said like, I would have been off that plane so fast because my wife's like, I trust her gut more than mine. And it's like, absolutely same. If my wife was like, that's a lizard, I'd be like, all right, yep, all right, we're leaving.
We're getting off the plane.
My point is, I think women just have like very, very good natural instinct. And I think nice guys or men who are nice, I don't think that's what puts them off. I think what puts them off is they sense that person isn't actually a nice guy and they're like putting on an act. I think that's what susses people out. I think the biggest problem in interpersonal relationships by far is that it's one person detecting that another person isn't being authentic, and it just comes off that way. It's very like, you kind of feel it too. You kind of feel it in your gut where you're like, I feel like this person isn't really acting like genuine, like how they normally act. I think that's the biggest problem. It's people who are trying to be nice people, and they're like, I'm a nice person. Why isn't this working? And it's like, because you're not actually a nice person. You're just putting it on, and you're hoping to get this person so invested that then you can be shitty later. Anyway.
Pretty much. So just to remind people why we were bagging on this company, Pinnacle of Man, they are hiring for a very pretty specific position, and they want you to do a whole lot of work to do so, and they're offering a measly $12 to $15.90 per hour for full-time work. Okay.
Well, fuck, dude. After checking out that website with you, like,
bro,
I'm glad like they're offering that little.
Josh,
because there is no way I'm gonna get along with any of these fucking idiots.
Josh, a word of advice. If this ever makes it back to Josh Hudson, my word, bro, start paying, first of all. Get your LinkedIn shit fixed. Josh has helped thousands of men completely transform their lives. Like, this feels like a Jordan Peterson kind of dude. Like, this guy wants to be Jordan Peterson all day.
Absolutely the same vein. It's the same vein. He's just another guy who's sitting there saying like, well, no, you don't need to take any personal accountability. What you really need to do is blame everybody else for your problems. It's the same shit. 100%.
I certainly encourage guys who are in a marriage to work on their marriage, and it is a noble cause that he's trying to manipulate you into doing. But
y'all, I'll make it really simple for you from someone who has a fucking degree in this. Just go to therapy.
if you need this guy, you're done. If you need this guy, you're already done. Sorry.
You're not going to be a less of a man. In 9 out of 10 cases, what's going on is you've got a lot of unprocessed trauma, probably from your childhood, that you need to actually face. And the reason you're scared to face that is you're afraid that a lot of things will occur because of that. As a man who's gone through this process myself, went through therapy for years on my end, I promise you nothing bad's going to happen. In fact, your whole fucking life is going to change. You just got to work through your demons and work through your shit so that you are the best version of yourself for another person. That's how you save your marriage. It's not figuring out these weird, like, huckster tactics of like, oh, actually, here's why you need to hear that everything else is actually their fault and you are not accountable for anything and blah, blah, blah. There's a whole industry on like shirking accountability and blaming like your wife or your partner or whatever for essentially what are your flaws. And the actual manly thing to do would be to embrace those flaws and be like, you know what, I got some work to do. I'm kind of fucked up. I'm gonna go figure it out. Boom. That's what an actual man does.
Went from let's get a divorce. Look at this. Went from let's get a divorce to it was all my fault and you're the love of my life. It's literally exactly what you're just saying. So meet Jake.
No!
Meet Jake, dude.
Oh my god, I fucking that was awesome. Man, I paid way too much attention in school. Holy shit.
Well,
read that one. Oh no.
Wife wanted a divorce, was having an open emotional affair with another man. If 7 weeks, we ended hooking up 7 times in the next 7 days. Okay. I'll TLDR this. By open emotional affair with another man, what that really means is he didn't allow her to have male friends. That's all that means. That's all that means 9 out of 10 times. It's an open emotional, and probably because the man wasn't available to begin with. And so this is basically a testimony of like, these guys helped me re-ensnare her because she was trying to get her needs met from other people because I wasn't meeting those needs. Here's
which I
another
should
one.
have as her fucking husband.
Oh my God. She already accepted a proposal from another man. But only weeks later, she decided to block him and move back in with her husband. Whoa.
Okay, first off, Cap. That's so Cap. That didn't happen. That never happened. This is a and everyone clapped kind of moment. There's no way she accepted a proposal from another man and then was like, you know what, JK, I'm gonna. What?
I kind of got to go through this just to go through this now. Like, this guy's got some magic stuff. Look at this. Wow. Good on you, Josh, if this is real. Second marriage, escaping into addictions. I saved my marriage. Here's Joe. I saw the holes in my boat and became a better man. Josh gave a magic wand to win back my fiance. Wait a minute. A vibrator is all it took? Come on.
Right?
Come on, man. I don't know if that's necessarily the magic wand that he's talking about, but I tried therapy and it didn't work. Hi, Joe. Hi, Julia. It's me, Joe. See, I need Reef with the sound bites here because Reef would be all over this and it would be very funny. But
but
Julia,
the thing is, like, you got to be open to the therapy. You got to be actually willing to be accountable and like self-reflect. If you go to therapy and you're just expecting someone to like validate you and tell you like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with you, it's actually everything else and you're perfect, then of course it's not going to work, because you're not looking to actually better yourself. You're going to therapy because you're trying to figure out a better way on how to like game your partner or whatever. So yeah.
Okay, so now like it's the same thing where it's up there, but now it's like, oh, on top of that, she was seeing another dude. Wife wanted to divorce again, and here's another. We went on a trip and she left me. Oh, that sucked. Take her on vacation and get blown out.
Yeah, because that totally happens.
Look, what year are these from? Back to our screen here. Auto Leap. This actually could be a decent role. I like this company. They actually turned me down, but they have couple of roles, product support. But where's the? I thought they had some kind of customer success, but I don't see that now that they said that they had.
I do notice sometimes like they'll advertise that they have it, and then you go to the site and just there's nothing. I think it's just like it isn't updated or whatever.
Well, the only thing they have in Canada is an implementation consultant. And again, notice no salary, no money, no idea what this pays.
Never. Like, I legitimately, and I blame sites like LinkedIn for this, and sites like Indeed, because they could very easily make it a requirement on their site, on their platform, to list salary. So when you're making a job posting, it's like, what is the pay? And if they try to skip it, it's like, no, you have to put this in. I think if at least one major site kind of made that like a regular thing, that it would kind of force the industry as a whole to like just start including salary. And all it would require would be like one site like LinkedIn to be like, yeah, so just an update, but moving forward, if you are posting a job, you are going to have to post how much it pays.
Right.
None of this like I'm sorry.
ZipRecruiter.
It is completely insane to me to this day that you have to like probe and pry and ask for how much a job pays. Every single job that is posted anywhere should clearly state how much it pays. I mean, shit, look at fast food joints. They have it on the billboards. Hiring, fast food person paying $15 an hour. 15, 16 an hour, hiring for a manager, paying 17 an hour. Like, they're advertising it, right? So the fact that this is so pervasive, that there are so many jobs out there where they just refuse to give you, and it's not just right off the bat. I mean, I've gotten to final interviews where they're like, yeah, we don't really know like the compensation. It'll probably be in the offer letter. And then you get the offer letter. It's dog shit. You're pushing back. They're like, yeah, we can't really do anything. And it's like, okay, well, right off the bat from the beginning, if you had just said the salary, I would have skipped over the job and we both wouldn't have wasted our time here. Like,
well, what they're hoping is that you'll be desperate enough that they can steal you, and because they want you, they like you, and they're just hoping that you'll be either dumb enough or desperate enough to take what they're offering.
Yep, that is
basically
a concept. That is a concept for anyone who isn't aware, called sunk cost fallacy.
Right.
Basically the concept that because you've invested so much time, energy, resources, whatever into whatever given thing, that you need to keep going down that path because you've already sunk cost into whatever that thing is.
Time-wise, especially, yes. You know, it's famous for car dealerships. When people go car shopping, they just kind of get exhausted, especially when they sit in the finance office. They get exhausted into, I've already been here 3 hours. I just want to get out of here. What do I need to sign? Just get me the hell out of here. And the next thing you know, they're paying $32 a month more, and they've got tire and wheel protection, and they sign up for 3 things that they thought they needed, and then tomorrow they realized they didn't really need some of it. Some of it they did. 3 weeks vacation, 5 personal days. Bring your dog to work. Vetster. Oh, that's kind of cool. CX coordinator.
Customer experience coordinator. I can roll that. Oh, wait, hold up. Wait, oh, hello. Oh, they got a big dick roll there.
Which one's that?
I can say that, but I just said it. Director of Customer Relationship Management.
CRM, Director of CRM.
Yep.
And are they, which one?
Which CRM is it, though?
HubSpot.
Fuck you. Are you trolling? HubSpot, really?
Direct experience with HubSpot and asset.
Okay, so welcome to Vetster. We all day drink every fucking day. Good to know. Very good to know. What's next? Monday.com. Are we going there now? Why don't you put on your big boy pants and roll with Salesforce or fucking Zendesk? You
bro, gigantic... HubSpot's fucking the bomb because they got the stalking software. Like HubSpot, when they got that email opening tracking stuff, so they and I used to love that thing. When I used to have this tracker that literally it was like an overlay to your Gmail, and whenever somebody clicked on it or opened a link or anything, boom, you were able to see that, and it showed up live on your desktop. It was sick. And then
that's an add-on for Zendesk.
Is it? Well, so I send an email to the guy at that point, or I shoot him a DM. It's like, oh man, I was just looking at your stuff. Really? How about that? I had no idea. And then sometimes I tell them that I got that stalking software, and they never use it again. They never open my emails again.
Yeah,
you have to be careful.
Director of okay, I'm gonna check out Vetster. I can't wait for them to tell. You know what? It can't be worse than Pinnacle of Man, which I think is the pinnacle of this fucking episode.
Oh my god, yeah, that is. I think we need to kind of. That's a good closer for the marriage stuff. And okay, so Breezy, this seems like a pretty decent HR hiring website. Bachelor's degree, 5 years CRM marketing, deep understanding of SMS, in-app messaging, HubSpot and asset. Okay. B2B and B2C, hybrid position. So not really a fucking remote role, but you can bring your furry to the office. Ah, so frustrating.
No, they want okay. So the customer experience coordinator, they're cool with remote. Director of customer relationship management, they want in office.
At least hybrid.
Yeah, the CRM director is going to be a way more technical based position and way easier to actually work remotely than a customer experience coordinator, which actually you can make an argument would probably be better in the office.
In the office with a boss watching them. Yes, you're probably right. But okay.
But I'm not going to lie. I mean, like,
how many people work at this company? They have 109. They got just over 100 people. They're well funded. Their last funding was within a year.
Wait,
they are
on demand online vet appointments. Yo, that's fucking brilliant, actually.
Isn't it? And they're hooked up with like 5 million vets or something like that. They said. I didn't even know there were that many.
All right, now I'm gonna apply to
thousands of licensed vets. Yeah, that's kind of badass. Look at that.
This makes so much sense because this is like a circumventing of. This is kind of like BetterHelp for pets in a way, because like people with BetterHelp essentially exists because you don't want to pay like $100 an hour for a counselor, which makes sense. It completely does, because for the most part, and I'll kind of out my own field of study here. For the most part, for your average working class person, they can't afford to go to therapy. And I'll be the first one to say, just like with teeth, mental health care should absolutely be a right. But at the end of the day, people go to BetterHelp because they can pay like $100 a month or something, and they can get like a dedicated counselor, and it's way better than forking out like $500-$600 a month for a therapist. Because that's usually something they can't afford on top of all the other costs of living, right? So Vetster here is kind of like the BetterHelp for pets and like pet appointments and all that, because like this is a really good idea.
I see it kind of like Uber or restaurant.com or whatever, like I've got an open appointment, you need a vet, let's almost like who's that company that finds you? It's like Angie's List, which is, by the way, a total scam. There is no Angie, or at least there hasn't been for a long time.
Oh, I know what company you're thinking of. Brazzers.
Mm-hmm. No, that's not them. That's a good guess, but no, not those guys. But they do entertaining work.
Nice save.
Nice. Thank you. Anyway, all right. So for tonight, because we're hitting an hour and a half number, and it's getting late for us here. We're getting goofy. This is yet another one, and it was something. I'll say that. It's fun. I hope you guys are having fun with this. I'm having fun doing this and looking up stuff and ragging on jobs and venting, and this is like therapy. We need this. Hopefully you guys do too.
Of mankind.
Pinnacle of man. No, yeah, not the kind like Josh is doing, but good on anyone that's been healed and cured by Josh Hudson, man. But Himbo's not going to work for you.
No, if I get an offer, I'm going to turn it down and be like, bro, I looked at your website and you guys are down bad. I'm sorry. Unless you offer me a role where I can turn this bullshit around in a positive direction, there's no amount of money that you can pay me to work for this dumpster fire. God damn.
Wow. And on that note, everyone, I think we'll head out for the night. Thank you so much. This has been episode 3 of. Oh, by the way, follow this guy at Snow Himbo. He's on Twitter, on the Bird app, and he wrote a pretty good Substack on this. By the way, this week, if you can go to his snowhimbo.substack.com, episode 2 is actually embedded in that Substack post, so you can check that out, read that, and share that about remote work. So. Again, have a good night, everyone. I'm going to head out, and this is Indie and Himbo saying, nobody wants to work anymore.
Indie News Network, collaborative family of independent content creators. Co-hosted normally by me, Indie. I'm founder and editor of Indie Left News and Indie Media Today. I got Reef Breland sitting next to me.
At Kennedy News.
Is Andrew Rivera on The Handsome Cynic?
It's Politics and Survival.
My name is Jesse Jett.
It's American Tradition.
What's up, Space Monkeys? Welcome to Political Fight Club. I'm Robert Durden.
I mostly make art for INN.
Big Man Crab Joe. Keep up those great videos.
Hey guys, it's Yeti. Coming at you.
Hello, my name is Lucy from Blue Moon Red Wine.
This is Chris Legion.
Keep fighting that good fight out there, guys. I'll talk to you later.